Good evening everyone. I would like to rapidly introduce myself and I don't wish to take much of your time. My name is Tarishan Anat Lalaki Kumaraguru. My metric card number is 10 DKM3A and I am from DKM3A. For today, our assignment presentation, including with my respective team member Lee Chunting, is based about the process of arc welding, which is related to our mechanical field. Now I shall briefly explain to you all about the introduction of arc welding. As you see, arc welding is one of the several fusion processes for joining metals. Moreover, arc welding is a welding process that is used to join metal to metal by using electricity in order to create sufficient amount of heat to melt the metals, and the melted metals, when becomes cooled, it results in a binding of the metals. Furthermore, arc welding process is in sharp contrast to non-fusion processes of joining such as soldering and brazing, in which the mechanical and physical properties of the base material cannot be duplicated at the joint. Alright everyone, now I would like to advance to the procedures of arc welding. First of all, we need to check and make sure that all the welding equipment and the other hand tools are 100% functionable. For example of welding transformer, electrode holder, working clamp, wire brush, chipping hammer and protective head shield. Secondly, before carrying out the arc welding process, it is very essential that we prepare all the protective equipment that are needed for the task so that we can prevent ourselves from sustaining serious injuries, such as protecting ourselves from any harmful rays and heat splatters. For the following step, we must attach the electrode to a fully insulated electrode holder so that there won't be any chances of the electrode from losing its grip. Next, before starting the arc welding process, we will be provided with two solid new metal parts, and all we have to do is to clean the dust of the metal parts and scrub it by using wire brush so that it will look attractive. Then we need to collect a few examples of metal parts that two metal specimens are combined together, so that it could be easy for us in observing and carrying out the welding task at the same time. There will always be a container provided in every single workshop which is filled with metal parts and metal scraps. After that, we are allowed to switch on the welding machine and to start off the arc welding process right away.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Lee Chunting. My number metric is 10DKM19F1207. I'm from the class DKM3A. Today, I want to presentation about arc welding with my partner Tarishan Kumaraguru. So, I can start about introduction. What is arc welding? Arc welding is a welding process that is used to join metal to metal by using electricity to create enough heat to melt metal, and the melt metal, when cool, result to binding of the metals. The welding area is usually protected by some types of particles, which is shielding gas, vapor, or slag. During welding, make sure the welding rod angle in 45 degrees for corner joint and T-joint. Or, if two radial, we're using the 90 degrees in the angle, which means if you want to do the corner joint or T-joint, make sure the angle of welding rod is 45 degrees in the angle. Or if you want to do the lap joint, butt joint or edge joint, make sure till welding rod is in 90 degrees vertically. After that, we can do the binding joint. Either fix the hole. First, you need to do the binding joint as many times as you weld. That means you can weld it many times in vertically or horizontally. That means it can help you to fix the hole. Example, the holes in the sheet. So we can fix it using the binding joint. Furthermore, if you wanted to clean the hot metal parts using the chipping hammer to hammering the flux, slag or chips, and clean up using the wire brush to brush or sweep it the particle from the hot metal parts. That means it can clean up those particles from the hot metal parts. After that, you can use the tongs as known as the welding clipper to hold hot metal parts, and it can help you to hold the metal parts in still our hands or our gloves. Then you can use the cold water to cool it down. It can let the temperature was low. Finally, if you wanted to clean up this workshop after the welding, you can keep those hand tools in the hand tools shelf and sweep the floor. The particles, sweep the floor have a particles in the workshop, such as the slag, dust or chips, and then turn off the welding machine. That means you cannot use it, or after welding you can directly turn off the welding machine. If not, the welding machine still functioning and it can be the malfunction to break it, or something the electrical leakage has a problem.
Alright everyone, now I would like to explain to you all about the safety measures that needs to be taken before, during and after the welding process. First of all, we are not allowed to hold or touch the metal parts that are just finished welding without using gloves, otherwise we can sustain serious injuries on our hands because the temperature of the metal parts would be extremely high. Second, please do not look directly at the welding spark without wearing an appropriate head shield, because by looking directly at the welding spark with our naked eyes could cause immense damages to our eyes and could make us blind for the rest of our life. And lastly, it is not advisable to use the welding equipments that are malfunction because it could cause several problems such as explosion, chances of burning ourselves and electrical shock. Thank you.
Okay, I can continue about 3 steps for safety precautions in arc welding. So I can start it. Do not hammering too much because chip or slag can burn our eyes or our skin. So the temperature of chips or slag is too higher than our body temperature. That means you can wear the personal protection equipment in the workshop, such as for personal protection equipment like head shield, safety boots and safety clothes. And the next is do not smell or do not breathe foam and gas for arc welding, because foam and gas is too dangerous because it toxically can make you breathing difficult, such as emphysema, pneumonia or asthma. So you can use to wear the face mask or turn on ventilation to from the workshop to in the air when you welding. And the last one, if someone get the electrical shock, do not touch and do not get closing to help someone get electrical shock using items that never conducting electricity. It means you can use the isolating items like plastic pipe or wooden stick to avoid electrifying, can help someone get the electrical shock. Or you wanted to simple turn off the main switch and can help someone get electrical shock.
Lastly, I would like to proceed with the conclusion of the arc welding process. From mechanical experts' point of view, they have concluded that one should be able to master the whole process of arc welding, and it could be a mechanical student or even a good technician. Additionally, when one learns on how to master the arc welding process, he or she can definitely develop their welding skills and at the same time develop their self-confidence. Furthermore, arc welding is a stepping stone task which could help us to progress in the basic mechanical field. Final say, I have obtained a lot of experience in knowledge and safety wise through the entire arc welding process. So that is all from me for today. Thank you very much.